Welcome to Talk Birdie to Me. This is Australia's most popular golf podcast with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn, the only player to beat Tiger Woods twice in match play, and tour pro Mark Allen, who played professional golf around the world for 15 years, including a British Open. We're coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist is the number one ball in golf, and FootJoy is the number one shoe and glove in golf. And thanks to our great partners, Watch My Numbers, the most powerful database golf app in the world. Download from the App Store or Google Play. Ping, as with Nick O'Hearn, will help you play your best. See your local golf shop or professional for a Ping Club fitting. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now that's better. Now, from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, it's time for Talk Birdie to Me. Here's Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
G'day everybody and welcome to Talk Birdie to Me. This is a feedback podcast and also we've got a surprise coming up in the second half.
Ooh.
A small surprise. That'll do.
Yeah, okay.
And by the way, thank you to all the feedback. I mean, the feedback is overwhelming for you, Dan. I know that. You've got to sift through so much of it. But we love it. So keep the questions coming. It's a big part of our week. We enjoy doing them.
Every now and then you get to abuse someone, which is great.
Good. Well, hopefully no abuse today. Okay, this one from Mick O'Kane. I've got a mate called Mick O'Kane. I wonder if it's the same.
Mick O'Kane.
I wonder if it's
Great
the same.
name.
Micko or Mick O'Kane?
Mick O'Kane.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I used to get called Nico a lot because people thought
that's
my
right.
name was Nico Hearn
Yes.
That's right.
as opposed to...
That makes sense.
Hey, Dan, Mark and Nick. I've been gorging myself on your awesome pod for a few weeks now. I went straight back to episode 1 and I have just finished the Snot Block episode. What was that episode?
I don't know.
Snot block.
I'm scared to go back to episode 1 just to have a listen to what was going on back in there.
Geez, to all those who are newbies, go back and binge on the old episodes, maybe not episode 1. Great stories, great tips, and listening to Mark's unsurpassable exclusives about... I can't even talk today. Listening to Mark's unsurpassable exclusives about Liv is perversely humorous.
Yes, it is.
I've loved the Texas Tech references and the emergence of this kid called Ludwig. I cannot wait for the episode on Texas Tech's most famous alumni, the Liver King. Cheers, Mick.
Good on you, Mick. I tell you, I need to get in touch with the people at Texas Tech. I know we had Steve Long. He was kind of did a lot of short game stuff with me and still doing some short game stuff with some of the players. Greg Sands is the coach. Maybe it's just worthwhile reaching out to Greg Sands and talk through what college golf is like these days.
Who's the Liver King? Who's the Liver King?
The Liver King.
So he said, Texas Tech's most famous alumni, the Liver King. Any idea?
No.
Is he talking about you? Or?
Ludwig. No, I don't know who the Liver
I
King
assumed
is.
you would have known.
Maybe I'm the Liver King. I don't know.
I was going to say.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Maybe you are. Okay, this one from...
I did have a bit of a drinking problem at Texas Tech. I had to leave. I was drinking too much alcohol.
Could be you then.
Maybe it was me.
Maybe it was you. Maybe. Okay, email from Marty. Hey, Mark and Nick, our director of golf, Brian, at Coringal, put me on to Ping's Matt Austin for a G440 max fitting. I'm very impressed. I cannot wait for my new driver, 4-wood, 7-wood, and 5 hybrid to arrive. I've also subscribed to Watch My Numbers. I broke my thumb in January. I've slipped out 3 shots to 16.8. And I'm very keen to see how that develops over the next year or so. Cheers. Love the pod.
Brilliant.
Interesting. He's gone with your suggestion, the 4-wood and the 7-wood.
The 1 4-wood, 7-wood.
Makes
That is
sense.
the combo of champions right there. But Brian from Coringal, he's a lovely guy. And I was out there last year or the year before. I did a bit of a talk and things, but wonderful club out there.
Yeah. Did you pay homage to the Richard Green statue at King Coringal Golf
I was
Club?
there at night, so I didn't see the Richard Green statue. Where
Oh, it's out there somewhere.
out there somewhere on the course.
Yeah, they love him. They love him at Coringal.
Another comment here from Robert. G'day, Nick and Mark. I've just discovered the pod on YouTube, and as a golf junkie, I am now a convert. Thanks, Robert. I've been struggling with my swing recently, and your on-head cover tip has worked brilliantly for me, as I am now striking the ball more consistently than I have for some time. I'm telling all my golf mates to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Thanks heaps, Robert.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well, look, that was a very good tip, and not just
That was
for
the wood cover under the lead arm.
Yeah, under the
that's
lead
right.
arm, not just for connection, but also to get the arms and the shoulders to stop at the same point at the top of the swing, which when you look back to all the players that are in form, they all do that.
Yep.
Once the shoulders stop, everything stops.
Although looking at Aldrich Potheater, his arms may go a little further than most, but for most golfers, I would say as soon as you stop turning, that's when your arms should stop.
Yeah, well, there's a lot with Potty. I mean, he's got a stronger grip than most, and he's got a more shut club face than most. There's a lot of that sort of stuff in his swing.
Vagaries.
Yeah. Vagaries. That's a good word, Nick. Good word.
Every now and then.
Got a message from Ben here. Guys, love the show. I can't remember when the last commute to work or from work wasn't fully covered by a Talk Birdie to Me pod.
Nice.
Here's an idea for a top 5 that I would like to hear. Top 5 most memorable clubhouses. There is so much glory and tradition to look back on in golf. And at any of these venues, I reckon it must feel really special to walk the properties and the rooms that the greats have walked. Which ones remain most memorable for you guys?
Right. So I have Royal Melbourne as not only the greatest golf course we've got in the country, I love the clubhouse.
You walk through that little main hallway,
the main hallway, the history, the upstairs. They used to have pool table. I wish they didn't get rid of the pool tables upstairs.
What's the upstairs? The Alice McKenzie room now.
Yeah, they've got that upstairs. They've got this beautiful balcony. I've had a few. But I think it's very important to get it right. And the clubhouse before the one they've currently got looked like a high school. It wasn't a pretty one. But when they did the redo and they completely nailed it.
Okay.
So I have Royal Melbourne. And even the entrance, you drive in, we've got the hedge on one side, you've got the the what do you call the thing that the horse dragged around to do the call? What do you call that thing at the front? It's like a rotary hoe, but it's what they did the golf course with. It's still there. There's just so many. The grass tennis courts on the left hand side that are just beautiful.
Yeah,
to look
my buddy Todd Woodbridge had a bit of a hand in doing that.
He got all the fixtures.
Yeah, because it's very similar to Wimbledon, which is on at the moment. So it's coming along nicely, those courts too.
Yes. So I love that clubhouse, and that's up there for me.
Okay, very good. I love and more so for the history of one room, Colonial has a beautiful little Ben Hogan room.
Yes, I've been there. It's awesome.
And I love it. It's got, the clubs he used to use, the shoes that he wore. And you look at these clubs and you think, how the heck did he use these things? I mean, and he'd wore away a tiny little speck right in the middle of all of them. And anyway, I love that clubhouse just for the history of that side of things.
Yep, that's a good one.
Congressional is one of the biggest clubhouses I've ever seen. Whether it's one of the best, it's just massive in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Huge, where there's tennis courts, there's probably a bowling alley in there and things like that. It's just out of control how big this place was. The one thing I do hate about it is the locker room has swinging doors.
Yeah.
And I played a tournament there one year and I went to open the locker and someone was pretty annoyed coming the other way. He's pushed the door really hard open. I went to open it and it popped into my thumb, tore my ultra collateral ligament in my thumb. I didn't realize it at the time. I played that week and finished third. So I thought maybe I should get injured all the time. So
beware the injured golfer.
Yeah, 2 weeks later I had surgery. So
when you played Pebble Beach, I've mentioned Pebble a couple of times this week.
Where is the clubhouse there? I'm trying to think at Pebble.
So if you only played tournaments there, you'd never know.
No.
It's right at the front. And
is it near the tap room?
Yes, that's the big part. The tap room is a really big part of what they do. And it just always feels like there's great little nooks and crannies. It's one of those sort of clubhouses where there are great little places to get around. But also when you finish, they've got a fire pit. Yeah, it's got like an area. And everyone sits, they bring blankets out and you just watch people play the 18.
Right.
You got a blanket on, you're having your Corona or whatever you're drinking. And I always felt that was really good.
That was good.
Sunningdale
was good.
Sunningdale is a ripper.
Lovely. The history there is incredible. Another personal favourite of mine because it doesn't feel like a clubhouse. It just feels simply like a house, and that's Cathedral.
Yeah.
You walk in there and you think,
it's a good experience.
I feel like I'm home almost. There's got the couches, the fireplace and everything, a bit of a book library. And it doesn't feel like a clubhouse, which is why I like it so much.
Yeah, it's a good feel there. Just trying to think of any others that, I mean, Carnousie's just so big, it kind of just feels like a hotel. I never liked that. St Andrews is interesting because
the old course.
It's small, but it's kind of cool when you get in there.
It is, yeah. Have you been to the museum around the back?
Yes.
Oh, it's brilliant.
All
Absolutely
very cool.
Brilliant.
Let me, can I flip it on its head and say, are there any significantly special or big, wonderful courses around the world where the clubhouse is slightly underwhelming?
Yeah, let you down. Look, there are quite a few golf courses in Australia that still don't have a permanent clubhouse. Like St Andrews Beach has got a couple of mentions this week. St Andrews Beach it needs a clubhouse, a big, beautiful one right behind. That would be, very, very good. Would be spectacular.
Yep. Kennedy Bay Links down in south of Perth, that never had a clubhouse either. I don't even know if the course is still going, to be honest.
I always felt like Royal Queensland could upgrade. They're probably due. I haven't been to Royal Queensland. I mean, the old one that I remember.
Got some beautiful photos throughout the men's locker room and that. It's really nice to walk around there.
Yeah, I just felt like it kind of needs a Royal Melbourne upgrade to have the Royal name associated.
I'll tell you one that has done a really good upgrade is Kooyonga.
Yeah, love Kooyonga.
Really good. They've done a great job with the new clubhouse there. Yeah. Really impressive.
And of course, Adelaide and South Australia are just synonymous with beautiful wine. And they probably have the best looking wine cellar. It's right smack bang in the middle of the joint.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
You're in wine country when you're
I love Metropolitan Golf Club for that.
Yeah, Metro's got a beautiful little wine cellar as well.
The glass wine cellar in the middle of the clubhouse. That's always a good one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Got a message from Rob here. Guys, on the PGA Tour, why do the Americans dominate and the opposite on the LPGA? Secondly, are our traditional Sandbelt courses, although regarded as probably the best set of courses in the world, do they suffer from being short on length for the top players?
All right, first one's first.
What was the first one? Sorry,
the first one. How can the US players dominate the US tour, and yet the US players don't dominate the LPGA tour?
Oh, sorry, right, yeah.
Work ethic. The girls' work ethic from the Asian nations.
Yes, Korea, Japan, especially coming through now. Thailand, you name it.
Every golf coach that I have spoken to just reveres the work ethic of the young ladies from the Asian countries. It's as simple as that. Now, that doesn't mean that a lot of the American girls who have made it to the top don't have a great work ethic, but it is noticeable to the best coaches available that the Asian girls just outwork everybody.
Totally agree.
So I think that's the number one for that. And what was the other question?
The other question was, are the Melbourne Sandbelt courses, are they a little bit short on length?
Short on length.
Maybe.
I would say if you brought a PGA Tour event down here, it would be fascinating to watch because the defence is obviously the firmness of the greens, the design of the bunkering, where they put pins. That would be the defence. But if they hit the ball straight with a driver, they would tear them up pretty quickly. But if they struggle with the driver, well, then that's going to get them into a lot of issues.
Of trouble.
So length is a bit of a factor.
I remember when Tiger came down in 2009 and played the Australian Masters at Kingston Heath. There's a big picture on the wall, 14 under 1. But the thing I remember, they were the 7 most perfect Melbourne days that has ever been. There wasn't a breath of wind. It was 25 or 26 degrees every day for 7 days in a row.
Yeah.
And the golf course held up pretty well, just 14 under par. That's a long time ago in the world of golf, isn't it? 16 years ago.
Yeah.
I know this, like I think I mentioned the main pod. I played Royal Melbourne last week, and I know that the East course has now gone back to a par 71, and I think the West course has an opportunity to do the same thing. The 15th hole there, from the tees I played it, which is the back tees, is 434 metre par 5. I would change that to a par 4 tomorrow if I had the keys. I'd get rid of the bunker that they've put in on the left, kind of tougher. I'd get rid of that bunker on the left, and I would just make it a par 4. And the green is, even though a lot of it is, a runoff, the green is still enormous.
Yeah, they just redid the green, didn't they, a little while ago?
And there's a little tier now that will hold the ball, perhaps, if it rolls up. So to me, that would go from a really average nothing par 5 to a standout par 4.
You could say the same. Well, in the tournament course when they play there, the 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, it goes from par
12
4.
West goes to a par 4.
Yeah,
and par 5 for the members. Yeah.
So even me for that hole, I mean, that was the best drive I hit all day. And I was into the wind. I hit driver and a 5 iron.
Yeah.
And it's a par 5. Yeah. So
That means it's 3-wood wedge for the tour players.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I'm not putting you down or anything. It's just a bit the same for me.
I remember playing in back in the day. I used to hit 3-wood off that tee in the early 90s because the ball it was a different grass.
Yeah,
it was a different grass at Royal Melbourne then, and the ball would run a million miles. But I still think I'd leave that as a par 5 on the west because I think the other one would be a better par 4.
Okay.
And I think you need a back 9 par 5.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, that's what I would do to help Royal Melbourne West.
Well, back in the 90s when you were doing that and hitting like that, the person we're about to talk to wasn't even born.
Oh, wow.
So I don't want to make any of us feel old, but we kind of are.
Well, let's tell the story. This kid, Jasper Zoo, became prominent this year in the pennant season. Pennant in Victoria, it's played off scratch. There are no handicaps. And junior pennant's an under-25 competition. This kid, Jasper Zoo, plays for Spring Valley. He got 3 games and he won 2 of them.
And how old is he?
He's 9 years old. So
imagine getting beaten by a 9-year-old.
I want to bring him in. I don't. Well, he might have ended a couple of careers. The poor kid
could have.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, I want to talk to you. I'm always fascinated about getting into a kid's mind about how easy golf is. I just want to get him to talk through how he plays.
Love it. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so that's coming up next.
All right.
We're live from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. We all know the number 1 ball in golf is Titleist and the number 1 shoe and glove in golf is FootJoy. We're here thanks to the Golf Clearance Outlet. They beat everyone's prices. Ping will always help you play your best. Turn your bogeys into birdies with the Watch My Numbers app. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. That's better. Now, back to Talk Birdie to Me. Here's Nick and Mark.
Well, as promised, I told you we were going to have a small surprise, and here he is. This is Jasper Zoo. Now, Jasper, thanks so much for coming in. Is it true that you have played 3 games of junior pennant for Spring Valley and you won 2?
Yes.
That's true, is it?
And how old were your opponents?
One was 17, 16. One was like 13. Yeah.
13. And how old are you?
9.
9 years old.
And by the way, tell me your handicap. I know this is going to be quite depressing, but what's your handicap?
7.8.
7.8. So, all right, we're going to get you to go through some clubs and just hit some shots because you know what? Grown-ups think that golf is really hard.
Yeah.
But obviously you think it's pretty easy, right?
True.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
I love it.
All right. So we're going to get you. Why don't you get your pitching wedge? Is that what you got in your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you hit a few shots for us?
Okay.
Hit a few shots for us.
Let's see the swing.
Rightio. So tell me about your grip. What do you do? Do you do anything special?
Not really. I just do like a normal grip.
Just a normal grip?
I just wrap it around
Got the interlocking?
my hand.
And no glove, by the way.
No.
No? Don't like the glove?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feels weird.
Old school. Oh, wow.
So look that's the straightest one he's hit. I mean, he's hardly missed a shot, folks. He's had a few little warm-ups and he's hardly missed a shot. So
Incredible.
Do you have any thoughts when you take the club back? What's your backswing thought?
Just don't lose grip.
Just don't lose grip.
Don't go too far or I just messed up down on the down 3.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you try and do a 3/4 swing.
I just usually like go just not entirely
You know what
hard on it. Just go like comfortable. Just
comfortable.
Not very hard. Not very soft. Yeah.
Well, I watched you hit a couple of shots, Jasper, earlier, and you already remind me of Minwoo Lee, his swing.
Yeah.
You like his swing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, one day if you develop his power, I think, which I'm sure is going to come.
It's going to come.
Yeah. So let's try a longer club, maybe
So,
You got an 8-iron?
yeah.
8-iron. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. How far do you normally sort of hit your 8-iron?
Just seems stuck.
Oh,
Oof.
there we go.
There we go, got a little clip.
I'll be your caddy.
Yeah, just let him
I'll be
caddy,
your
you'll be
caddy.
fine.
Yeah, I'll be your caddy.
So how far would you hit your 8-iron normally, do you think?
Usually
About
go
100
like,
metres?
yeah, 106 yards.
106 yards.
106 yards.
Already dialed in, by the way. That's.
I love this. This is so good.
Gosh, beautiful.
That was the
Slow.
ball. That wasn't you. You flushed that.
Yeah. That was the ball.
Yeah, that was the ball. Go again.
Okay.
Yep. Let's go.
Simple game. Look and react. Love it.
There we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Something longer, Mark. Come on, caddy.
I'm
Bring
interested.
it over.
You know, a lot of people who play the game, they have trouble hitting a fairway wood off the ground. So I want you to teach them, how do you hit a fairway wood off the ground? You give us a lesson.
Might need to move the bag back a little there too, Mark.
Yeah.
Let's see this nice wide takeaway. Taking out a club or two.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what do you change with the fairway wood?
Fairwood. Grip it like a little more up.
The ball position moves up. Yep.
Yeah. Ball position moves more like a driver.
Mm-hmm.
Swings it like a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And downswing. That's when I use all my power
Love it.
to hit the shot.
Okay.
Whoosh.
Nice.
But I hope the noise is being picked up on the camera because it's flush every single time.
Doesn't miss. Doesn't miss. Try one of these balls, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Jasper,
Yeah?
what sort of golf ball do you use?
So I use Pro V1X.
Pro V1X.
a good
Gets more
answer.
spin.
Yeah, just as well. You might have had to leave if you didn't
Yeah.
say that.
Well, he does have the Titleist cap
Yeah, he
on,
does.
so
Yeah, he does.
we're in the good. Lovely.
And Jasper, what I love about your golf swing is that you're so balanced when you finish your follow throughs, like Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
So is that something you had to work on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something you had to practice.
Yeah. Used to be like this.
Show me what it used to be like.
More like.
Right, and now show me what it's like. Yeah, much
Yeah.
better.
Hold the finish.
Yeah, much better.
Hold the finish. Love
Okay,
it.
keep going. And what about if I asked you to hit a fade?
Yeah.
Could you hit the ball from left to right?
Yeah.
All right, give us a look.
Go on.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
look at that.
That's a little 10-foot fade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And what did you think of when you were trying to hit a fade?
My stance goes more to the left.
Yeah,
My face like slightly little open.
yeah.
My swing goes more to the
More
to you,
outside. Yeah.
and then just swing down
And hold the
curve.
club face open like that. Yeah,
Love
give me one more. Show me another fade. We just want to make sure it wasn't a fluke.
Then we'll get the driver out.
Then we'll get the driver out. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, go on, we'll give you a grace. Go on, quick. That didn't happen.
Oh, it still faded a little. It's
Yeah, a
trying to
little
come
bit,
back.
yeah,
That was good.
yeah.
That was good.
Come on, one more fade. Give me a good fade. I like it because you make the game seem so easy.
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful.
well, let's get the big dog out
Get the driver out.
because this is the fun. You think
Yes.
this is a hard club to hit, the driver?
depends. If it's like in the morning, no practice, it'll be like slightly harder.
Yeah.
It's more cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like all warmed up, it'll
Okay,
be like
so-
quite easy.
How high do you have it? Because you get this out here and then you push this green button whoop, and we'll make it go
Lot
up.
high.
Hang on. How high do you have it?
Little higher. Yeah, here.
Oh,
There we go. Perfect.
Maybe a little lower.
That's okay.
It's like,
well, lower, you just push that green button.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. Righto. So do you do anything different with the driver at setup?
It's more like nearly aligned to the
With
left
your front foot. Yep.
Yeah.
Tilt the shoulder a little back.
Shoulder a little back.
Yeah,
and then
beautiful.
usually go for a little high fade.
Okay.
You go for
Yeah.
a high fade. Look at
High
that.
fade.
Beautiful.
Love it. So a question for you. What's your favourite club in the bag?
It's putter.
The putter.
Every,
Putter.
every round where I play good, my putting's always good.
Brilliant. Okay.
Can I hit another drive for us?
Yeah.
And this time, I want you to hit it as far as you can. All right?
Yeah.
You pretend you're in a long driving competition with your mates.
Oh, gave it a rip then.
Look at that.
Stance went a bit wider.
Yep.
Very nice.
That is sensational.
Yep.
Well,
And tell me about bunker shots. Are you any good at bunker shots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Most times, if it's like a fairy bunker, I could use the 7 wood out, any
Right.
woods. And if it's like green side, open my stance.
Yeah.
My feet just goes a little wide out.
Yeah.
Make my feet stuck into the sand and then swing up
Yeah.
and just like a flop shot swing.
Just like a flop shot swing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wow.
My body leans forward,
Yeah.
so I could dig down to the ball.
I was going to say, this guy, he was the #1 bunker player in the world for a little while.
That's right.
He was, statistically.
And everything you just said makes sense.
Perfect.
You know that? Everything you just said makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So tell me, you're 9 years old. How long before we win the Australian Open or the Australian PGA?
Mm.
You reckon you win one by the time you're 17?
Yeah.
About 8
Think so.
years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes
Maybe
sense to me,
younger.
Nick.
Yeah.
You got to set goals.
I've never heard of someone who's less than double digits on single figures.
No,
Never.
no, that's amazing.
This must be a world record, I think. So,
Yeah, it must be amazing.
incredible.
Hey, Jasper,
Yeah.
thanks for coming.
Yeah,
We've got a
brilliant.
present for you.
Hmm.
We got a little present. We got 2 presents for you.
Mm-hmm.
All righty.
Yeah.
One,
There we go.
it gets a little bit cold in Melbourne, so we got you a FootJoy hat. So whack that one on for me, will you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. And 2, we understand you use the Pro V1 X. Guess what? That's the same ball that Nick and I use.
We all use
Yeah.
them. Perfect.
So there you go.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Hey, mate, Jasper, good luck.
Yep.
And
Good luck with the game, buddy.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
let's watch out for this kid because that was just
That
sensational.
was a clinic.
That's great.
Fantastic. Well done, buddy.
Hey, you did really, really well.
That's awesome.
And I'm not talking about hitting
How
the
good.
ball. I'm talking about the way you spoke.
Yep.
You did really, really well. Thank you.
Yep.
Good boy.
And that's been Talk Birdie to Me, Australia's most popular golf podcast with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen, coming from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. As everyone knows, Titleist is the #1 ball in golf and FootJoy the #1 shoe and glove in golf. Wherever you get your podcasts, make sure to subscribe, maybe leave a review, and we'd love you to share the pod with a friend who loves their golf. Huge thanks to our fantastic partners. Ping, like they do for Nick O'Hearn, will help you play your best. You can see your local golf shop or professional for a Ping Club fitting. The Golf Clearance Outlet always beat everyone's prices. Visit golfclearanceoutlet.com.au for your nearest store. Watch My Numbers is the most powerful data-based golf app in the world. You can download from the App Store or Google Play. And better, they've got the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Download from the App Stores today. Now that's better. Keep in mind, what are you really gambling with? But for now, from our studio at Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, thanks for being a part of the show. We'll see you next time.